Great. Well, I am now joined live in the studio. You'll come and see it on camera in a second. My dear friend Faye, founder of Map Studio. And Faye and I met through school. I mean, our children's school, because our children at school together. It was actually a soft play party we first got chatting, and we've done some things together. One of which we did a well-being evening back in the summer that we repeated a few months after. And what Faye is going to do with us now is a self-directed facial massage. So ever so seamlessly, we're just going to swap places. So come and get comfortable, Faye. So this is Faye, and I am going to sit around the other side and leave you to do your thing. Cool.
Hi everyone. My name is Faye. Like Kim said, we met a few months ago, and we share the same interests about health and well-being. I am an aromatherapist, and I have a brand called MAP Aromatherapy, where we use aromatherapy products mainly made with everything natural, and it's also made bespoke, and we we also have events, like him said, about health and well-being. So I'm gonna direct you this morning about a guide self-massage, which I also practice with myself every morning. So I have produced this oil with natural plants. So I like to use um, everything that I can find in nature. So in this case, I'm using jojoba oil and a few drops of lavender. I use it in the morning to depuff my skin. So the way I'm doing this is I just apply a few drops of oil here, and I just expand it on my hands. And I'm just gonna breathe it in and breathe it out. And this way I just arrive to myself. And I remember to myself, this is a time and a space for me. And it's gonna take just the time that my body needs for myself. So I like to start by sweeping up this side of the neck and chest, because here is where we hold a lot of space, ganglia, and it's a lot of lymph nodes. So softly, I just scratch without too much pressure, go through the shoulders and apply quite a medium pressure on my fingers. Then when I get to this position, I like to sweep into my knuckles and then I go in circles towards one side. This way, I just stimulate this part of my skin, and slowly I just go directly into my neck. On this time, I like to go through the back and into the front of my chest, really trying to release all the tense and stress that we hold in this part of the body. We spend hours in computers, so everything that we can do to release all the part of the neck will be great. And then slowly I'm making my way up to the neck into my face. So I hold on my fingers up, and I like to put my fingers inside my head like this. Sometimes when you have persistent headache normally stays here. So the more you just release any kind of tension that you have on this part of your head, it's really beneficial for you. I also like to use this area here. Make sure I just pay attention in this part of the face. We hold a nerve 7, which is the one that just holds all the face tension and nerves. So it's good just to just give it a good shake. And when you sleep, sometimes you can clench your teeth. So this is a good way of releasing this part with the 2 fingers in. Then I like to just hold here and making sure this area get a really good relaxation. So fingers in and into the side of the shoulder. And I repeat here. I mean, every exercise I do it for 4 to 5 times. So it's only a little bit of fun. And this area will normally get a little bit red, but that's okay. It's just because we're stimulating all this part. Then I get into my jaw and I just, with my 2 fingers, I like to just stretch everything up, holding up to this lovely cheek. Mm. And then now that I am on my cheek, I like to move them. And what you can do is just stretch it all up. So you can use your finger as well. I feel much more comfortable. So because I can control the pressure on the top of my finger. So do about 5 times again. Always at the bottom part of the cheek. So just here. And then I like to squeeze everything up on the side, all the way up. This is like lifting it on this side. And that is when I step into my eyes and I go in circles. Sometimes you hold a little bit of tension here, so make sure you just like from this part. This exercise is really good to release any kind of tension in this area. Sometimes you wake up really inflamed on your nerves, but it's just like your sinus. So this will work really well to release any part of your nose. It's very slowly. And then here. And then to the puff your eyes, I don't like to apply too much pressure here. So what I do is I softly just step with the pressure of my finger, but really light. Like this. Very light. Not too much pressure. Everything will release underneath your eyes once you have your nose. That's it. Then I go into my eyebrows and I squeeze them slowly. I like to go into this part and take it all up with my 2 fingers like this. And then all the part of my forehead, I just like to slowly pressure with the top pit of my fingers. I'll just go like this, all the way into the end. Slowly, I return back to myself and I remember to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And I'm back. I'm back to my routine and my daily um, things. But I had these 20 minutes for myself when I feel much more alive, very hydrated, and full of um, release my tension. Well, that's my morning routine.
Oh, thank you so much, Faye. I'm going to come round and join you. Super. Very high-tech, smooth transitions. Well, thank you so much for doing that. So, how let's just see your face, and also I look at your face and mine. I'm like, yeah, I definitely need to do some of that. So, how ideally, regularly would people do that?
I do it every day.
Okay.
So it's just a practice. Like if you feel something like this in you wash your face or you put your makeup, so this is the same.
Mm.
It's just having like those 10, 15 minutes
Yeah.
for you.
And do you tend to do it so in the morning or the evening or both?
If I had a chance, I like to have it in the evening.
Yeah.
But if no, I like to wake up early and have this time for myself.
Do it. Nice, nice. So tell us then a little bit about MAP.
Map's a brand. I created Map a couple of years ago. I just the contact with nature was missing from my life, and I just dive deep into what it is just to live with nature products only.
Mm.
And it just changed my life completely. So I went into study aromatherapy and cosmetic formulation, and I realized how much all the stuff we put in our body. So I wanted to create something that is beneficial for you, for your skin, and you really don't need all this stuff. It's just the natural product.
Mm.
Like in your previous events that we had, it's just a walking in nature that it makes you connect again with yourself. It's the same with the oils or the fragrance. The more natural, the more connected with ourselves that we will be. So that's my mindfulness.
Yeah, oh, wonderful. And I think it's I met a friend for dinner actually on Monday, and she said that she's very, very different in terms of, but her mindfulness is actually playing rugby. And because she said to me, oh, I don't like meditation and things, it's not for me. So I thought mindfulness wasn't for me. And then I think someone said to her, no, but actually that's when you're present, you're focused, you're energized. So for you, it's that
Yeah.
connecting with nature. And where then, Faye, can people find you and find out more about Brand Map?
So we have a website,
Mm-hmm.
mapstudio.co.
Mapstudio.co.
Yeah, so we are really there, and then we also stored in a few shops around London, but mainly the website and Instagram as well.
Yes, and when I look at Faye's Instagram and I look at mine, I'm like, oh my goodness, mine looks like a child has thrown their paints all over it. And Faye's is like, oh, it's like stepping into an ideal home magazine or something. So Faye, also just, and I'm just thinking, plugging you a bit here, in terms of obviously today it's all around showing ourselves kindness, and you've done that for us this morning with the facial massage. But also with Christmas around the corner, you've got some really wonderful products. So did you want to share about those?
Yeah, we sell beautiful candles made with aromatherapy and soya wax. So it's all made in nature in your house, basically, botanical products.
Yes, they smell delicious, and the branding and everything is spot on. So as I said, with Karen, all of the speakers that we have throughout the day, I will share afterwards, so everyone can find them if you've not already. So I guess in terms of before I let you sort of move in and get on with your day. Faye, how do you, I guess, outside of what we've talked about so far today, how do you show yourself kindness?
I mainly do exercise, but if I can do it outside, I so that just connection with nature and being able to use my body. in nature is just my top day.
Yeah, yeah. And how, I guess, do you have any tips or, we all have, because you're a mum of two,
Yeah.
aren't you? And you've got the business and we all know life is hectic and busy. So how, I guess, do you have any tips in terms of how on a day where you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, that how you still do
I
that?
I try to just have at least 1 hour of the day for me, whether it's doing the self-massage or
Mm.
exercise. That will bring the balance of the rest of the day because I know I'm looking forward to that moment, whether it's if it's some sort of like in every household, there is some stress with the children or anything like that. I know that I have the hour that I'm going to do exercise. I'm going to be doing my lovely self massage in the evening, and that's the moment that I'm going to just nurture to myself.
Yeah, nurture to yourself. Oh, I love that. Well, is there anything else that you would like to share with
Um,
anybody listening?
oof, we she just
No, I'm going to put you on the spot there, and you're like, "Come on, Kim, it's still
yeah,
a journey."
I've
Well,
run
if you don't, that's fine. So let's leave it
yes.
let's leave it there. And I would just say thank you ever so much, and do check out mapstudio.co, and they're on Instagram. And as I said, I will share sort of all the links. And yes, thank you so much for coming in, Faye. It's been I was like all of my notes to begin with this morning. So yes, thank you. Thank you very much. And I'll see you on the school run. Thank you, Faye.